The only objective human being is a dead human being. Because if you are alive and breathing, you have opinions and they will filter into your work. So you try to be fair, and that's extremely important. And then at an institutional level, I think the recognition has to be that, look, the institution also functions within a society. It has its own history. And the institution itself is skewed and biased in many ways. Some of it may be known to the people inside, some of it may be known to the people outside. But that acknowledgement also has to happen. Now, there are some ways in which an institution can correct for this. So, for example, people often, kind of talk very glibly about the Hindu as being a leftist newspaper. But you can see, for the most part, what happens is that the leftist views are contained to the opinion pages, which is where bias is traditionally supposed to rest. It's an ideology that you're trying to project, and everybody knows that an opinion page is for opinion. But there are other kinds of biases that many news institutions around the world operate under, which are kind of systemic to their own country. Let me give you one example that every one of you will be familiar with over the last 2 years, is the number of American publications that have refused to call out the genocide in Gaza as a genocide. It has been 2 years, and that word hasn't been used in common parlance in the New York Times or the Washington Post or anywhere else, because they exist within the American ecosystem, and America's own view itself is to aid and abet and arm Israel. So these biases are the ones that I think we really need to we have to pay much more attention to. And newsrooms and systems have to kind of examine themselves and see, well, look, how can we correct for this? And even if there is no such thing as an objective truth, how can we present the fairest possible version of the real world to our readers?